Have you heard about this? I read this. I first read about this project. This is called this is a proposed what's the project called?
The project.
Anyways, it's a wind farm project. They're basically setting up.
At least they diversify.
They're setting up windmills on the Australian coast in the Hunter region, but like a few kilometers into the coast. They're going to set up like these wind farms that are supposed to power close to 3 million households.
Yeah. What happens when the winds drop?
I think
they've
designated this particular area as like very suitable for it.
Yeah, well,
so you're
Alice
likely.
Springs.
I'll believe it when I see it, Ali. But yeah.
Anyways, it seems like a really cool project. Chris Bowen he's saying it's pretty promising. By 2030, we should see the results of it. They're doing some studies on how to like keep the environmental loss to a bare minimum. Environmental protection agencies largely have been in support of it because it obviously moves away from fossil fuels.
Because it's pretty pro-environment.
Yeah, they're saying as long as, you make sure that we can like sort of keep the residents had some issues when they thought that they'll be able to see the windmills from the shore, but then like it's been moved further away, so you won't even be able to see it.
And how many submissions are they going to get about turbine sickness?
What's that?
In the Hunter.
Wait, what the hell is that?
It's a made-up phenomenon.
What is it?
It's a weird conspiracy theory.
Oh my
like,
God. There's so many.
I had a wind turbine on my property and I got a cold. It's like, dude, you didn't get the vaccine when COVID was happening because you thought that was a scam. Now when there's something here that like, dude, I don't know if it's not a Wuhan lab, okay? It's not going to do anything.
Either way, Peter Dutton is calling it...
In like 20 years, they're just like, it's your pandemic.
What do you think? Made in China.
Damn, are you on the Andrew Bolt unofficial Facebook page too?
I will be. I know you're one of their top commenters.
I know
You've got the little star next. Is he?
Yeah.
On the Andrew Bolt
official
fan page.
Yeah, I saw it. I was just like, well, I didn't know that existed.
God, how many people on the Andrew Bolt fan page look exactly like Gus or exactly like Gus with a wig to signify that they're
Hey, we'll move on to that. But Peter Dutton is calling it a big scandal. He's chucking a Trump. He's saying, but what about all the birds that are going to die?
Can we
still going down that route?
Can we clear that up?
He's going down.
Can we clear up the birds thing? Because I have seen photos of dead birds next to the windmill. So what's the go? Can you clear this up once and for all?
I wouldn't be surprised if that was some American conservative
putting a bird,
shot a bird and then put it next to it.
No, just forgot, shot it, and then went to get it.
Space.
Like they shot it, went to pick it up. It was next to the turbine. They're like, "Oh my God,
these damn turbines!"
And there's bullets in these turbines that are kicking out bullets too. No, but this
is clean took out a chicken flag. I'm gonna believe it when that leaves.
So, do you really? Are the numbers so low that it's irrelevant to talk about?
No, it's not irrelevant to talk about.
Right.
Here's the difference, though. It's like, dude, okay, then why the fuck aren't we getting rid of aeroplanes if you care so much about fucking birds getting sucked into?
Wait a second. How many birds die from airplanes?
Heaps, all the time. Like, dude, I guarantee you every single flight that we've ever gone through, there's been, if you were there, you probably hear this. Did you hear something? No. Happens all the time, dude. Like, it's such a stupid argument.
Yeah,
it's such a dumb argument. It's like, yes, sorry about this. Did you know that everything that human beings do has an environmental impact?
Is it an equally ridiculous argument to say, stop driving cars because you might kill kangaroos?
Yeah, well, I think it is like less ridiculous than that. It would kill nowhere near as many as them.
That's true.
And the fact that they're always saying, it kills bald eagles. I swear to God, bald eagles don't fly that low. It's probably killed one that was like, mentally handicapped one. That's like, well, there's a tree. I'll just plant a nest on it.
And let's be real, they should be called pilot birds.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Is that in the curriculum?
I don't know if that's...
Yeah, is that in the curriculum? Don't make jokes about... That's probably the fourth point of like, don't mention windmills and pilot or you will be destroyed straight away.
No, but like okay,
But
Peter Dutton
as
also,
we all know, it clearly creates baldness. All right?
Bald eagle. Thank you very much.
aside from the birds, which he has an issue with, he also saying that the construction of this is going to be devastating for the oceans.
Why? Why?
Well,
The
'cause you
libs
have
is
to, like,
Blocking their view.
Oh no,
you
because
have to put concrete and shit.
the libs suddenly
You
care.
didn't create
The libs suddenly
The
care about.
liberals, the ones that gutted every fucking environmental regulation in the country, all of a sudden care about a small bit of concrete miles away from the ocean.
Okay, well, but here's the thing. Peter Dutton isn't just saying this. He has an alternative. He's saying we're wasting energy and we're killing the environment. Instead, we should have heaps of
Coal.
Thermal nuclear plants.
Yeah, of course.
Always.
There it is.
It's always the nuclear.
Every time.
There's a lot of people.
They really don't have an energy plan, do they? This is what happened when the Liberals were in last time. Didn't they have like 27 different energy plans? Because they were just like, oh, fuck, we've pissed off the Minerals Council. Oh, no, now we've pissed off the Business Council. Just juggling all these stupid, just out every time. Just like, this one doesn't have any words in it. Just like, shit, we'll go to Plan 26 then. And then they just kept doing that.
What,
And then
just
every
a
time
blank-
they always said, oh, well, we care about nuclear. Well, we'll do nuclear at some... Well, you were in for fucking 10 years.
Yeah.
You're in for 10 years. You could have one nuclear plant halfway up and running if you really cared. It's just, this is what these new kids need to understand. When they're saying that is a complete smokescreen. They're just saying it so that they can continue pumping out coal, saying, yeah, we got a plan. 2050's ages away.
Apparently,
Right.
there's no legitimate proposal of what to do with the nuclear waste.
Nah.
Dude.
So we're just running on Bob Hawke's idea from the 80s. I don't know, just chuck it in the desert somewhere.
Yeah.
Where?
Where?
You know, just, it's a big.
I mean,
whatever.
it is a big desert, but it still can't be like the most sound environmental policy to have like nuclear waste barrels in like Alice Springs. It just can't.
Yeah.
Have it
unless-
across green dirt on your
Giant
way to
thorny
Uluru.
devils just becoming like Goliath or whatever it is. in
Unless
Japanese.
it literally becomes like the size of the state, in which case it can just be a mad freak tourist attraction. Then go for it. But it's like go big or go home.
But
you
guys,
know?
are we seriously saying that we would prefer dead birds over nuclear waste?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah, okay.
That's it. That would have far less of an environmental impact. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, no,
Just
that's
chuck
true.
it out there. I'm sure no birds will be nesting within the fucking 3,000 kilometer radius that it blows out to and starts giving them two-headed babies.
Yeah, I've been like I'm on board with Jordan's fear mongering of nuclear. Like he's got me on board. I'm like, and I kind of feel like the Simpsons
is
did
this
get it
the
right.
new 2030/2050 battle line? Nuclear versus renewable? Is that
No, it's
where
always been that. That's just, they use it as a talking point. They just say, oh, nuclear, and then don't do anything towards it anyway. So
Yeah.
even if you are one of those cunts in the science party that seem to think that they've got the right idea because it sounds technological, they're not doing, no one's doing anything about it because everyone knows it's a farce. Everyone knows it's too expensive. Everyone knows that regardless of how many nuclear-funded talking points you can chuck at it, it is environmentally devastating to do it, let alone just like digging it up. Man, I really want to do something about Olympic Dam. I really do,
What's
but I
that?
just cannot find the right in of somebody who's going to be a whistleblower on it. But Olympic Dam is one of the places where they dig up nuclear uranium,
Right.
and then they've just got a dam there where they just chuck all the waste
No.
into. And then, as always,
Olympic
this is the
Park
same thing every
swimming
time.
pool.
It's really safe because it's out there in the middle of nowhere. You know, no one except for several indigenous tribes that have abnormally a large amount of cancer for some reason. But anyway, it's all safe. And, oh yeah, we
Jesus.
forgot to drain it, and it had a big wet season, and it just all flooded over. Well,
No.
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
you
You don't live out there. That's fine.
Fuck. Wait
do
a
that
sec.
shit all the time.
And then it's just like, wait a second, a wrench going up, zoning permit. Right. Well, you will be living there in the next few years, but it should be settled by then. It should be settled by then.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Now that's out of urban sprawl.
But isn't America building a shit ton?
No, they always say this. They always say they're
Biden-
building a shit ton.
They're not. Biden's
No,
very.
and then they've always got that idea of like, oh, we're going to make small reactors that are safe for some reason because it's, even though, you have like one, I can't remember what it was. I think it's like if you shred up a dollar bill into 1 million pieces and ingested one of them and
He's a
that little
madman.
piece was plutonium, you'd fucking die.
fuck.
You know, like just a small amount of nuclear energy is still fucking lethal as shit.
Yeah.
But also, we don't care about like nuclear waste from multiple locations as opposed to just one. You need to meet the energy demand. There's gonna be a certain amount of waste if you go smaller or bigger.
Yeah, there's always going to
Doesn't
be
make a
waste.
difference.
And then they always just have this argument of, one day we'll come up with a way to figure it out. Well, you've been saying that since the 70s, eggheads. Where is it?
Yeah.
It's the same thing as your fusion idea. Since the 70s, we're 5 years away from developing. It's the same with AI. We're always These tech nerds on the internet are the most annoying, insufferable people on earth. Everything's always 5 years away.
That's one thing I will. That is one feather in the cap that I will say against Joe Rogan is that he's like very on board. I'd be like, Fukushima was just old and badly built. The technology's amazing now.
Yeah,
it's
and
like,
that's why Trump approved a bunch of nuclear plants that they didn't build anyway, but like they just built it with the same safety default problems that they had in Fukushima. It's going to be totally safe.
Shit.
Why? Because we're building it on a different fault line. Which is still what they do. Some of the plans that they had for American nuclear plants that like were approved in the Trump administration. But again, approved is very different to actually building it. It's just something that they just go, yeah. Because they have the same shitty talking point there. And then a lot of those were built on fucking fault lines.
Really?
Well, like not built, but like the approval was just just chuck it there.
Why?
I've got a question. Imagine if today Albo, like the Liberals get in again, right? And for the next 10 years. What do you think they're trying to do? Are they going to like fulfill the 2050 commitment by going nuclear, or is nuclear just a talking point to punch your holes in?
Just a talking point.
So what are they
Just
going
a
to do?
talking
Okay,
point.
they come into power again tomorrow. They have to they've agreed to 2050 net neutrality. What's their plan? Are they just going to like not do it and then be like, whoops?
Yeah, that's it. Exactly like they did with the 2020 plan. They said, we'll increase it by 5%. Oh, it went up 1%. Oh, well, we'll set another date. We'll get this one, guys, even though carbon emissions are going up.
Politics, am I right?
It's insane. And then this is exactly what they're doing in Queensland with the Green Jobs and Energy Plan, which is incredible. Go back and watch the podcast about it. I'm going to be doing a big video about it. I'm going to be pushing a lot because there is a big conspiracy to get rid of Queensland Labor that is pushed by coal in Queensland because they're pissed off that they have to pay 3 cents more in tax, right? And so
the Barramundi people are pissed off too. The fishers.
it's all part of the same conspiracy.
No.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yes. I'll get to that in a second, but this is exactly what the LNP in Queensland are always saying. We support Labor's green jobs and energy transition. How are you going to pay for it? Well, we won't be doing it by raising revenue on coal. So how are you going to pay for it? Scene. No answer. No answer. None. So they don't. And then, of course, it's just always that. It's like, we support it, but we don't support taxing our own resources because we're idiots and nuclear power. It's the same shitty talking points everywhere. But that fishing thing that you were talking about, I started looking into that.
Oh, really?
This is what's freaking me out because everyone's saying no one cares because everyone likes the positive idea of the Green Jobs and Energy Plan. That's very popular amongst the population. Coal is just flooding Queensland television with ads about how it's destroying investment and jobs. No one cares. Not effective. What is effective is that they have clearly, because I was always thinking about this, why is there so much concerted advertising, quote-unquote grassroots groups up along the Great Barrier Reef talking about how the Great Barrier Reef is fine. And then I was saying it has to do something to do with the big fertilizer. But then I was like, the fertilizer just doesn't even make that much money. Where is this all coming from? It is the coal industry. They are absolutely, I can guarantee you, I'm saying it now, having no proof whatsoever, because I know that this is how they operate. They just pump the IPA, which is the Liberal Party's think tank, with a bunch of money. They go out, they do all these micro-targeted campaigns. So it's a death of 1,000 cuts. So no one cares about, they like the idea of their coal being taxed, but they don't like the idea of the average fisherman getting screwed over because they dare have to throw back small fish. You know, they're all going out of business, guys. This is the end. Fish that you cannot sell on the market anyway. They you know, and probably, let's be honest, won't get caught by the authorities regardless. But the idea that they might have to pay a fine of $50 is going to put them out.
The cost of living is going up. 50.
You always need bait.
Yeah.
You always need
You
bait.
said it. You said it. Hey, they got two too.
They're literally not thinking about the small fry, are they?
Damn.
It's all the big stuff for them. It's never the small
Small
things.
stuff. That's what we live off. Not really. We do like the big stuff. That's what we live off. And so that's what's happening there. And so they're doing fishing, they're doing fertilizers, they're doing the crime spree. You look at it, the IPA is funding a bunch of these bullshit campaigns along the coast. I'm going to have to get someone to sit there and just disseminate all of them because it is definitely big coal funding all of this shit.
Yeah.
And Queensland Labor will go out. It's exactly what happened to Kevin Rudd in 2010. Exactly what happened. They are organising a coup. They're getting rid of a competent government because... How dare the Queensland government ask for a small amount of their huge profits on coal?
Damn.
To build an industry for them in the future that is going to benefit them anyway, because guys, use your massive profits to invest in fucking hydrogen and renewable farms. Just move into that business.
It's not that crazy.
So selfish.